My go-to answer to this question, what my tagline would be is, they say money is the root of all evil, and I'm the tallest tree in the forest.
That's good. That's
I
good.
think it's pretty good.
But you did have you had a little bit of a hesitant of the finalization of that when you said it on Los Culturistas. So you've came full circle with your new one.
Yeah, well, because I had said the original, the tree one before, and so when I was reposited, because Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang, they both come up with new ones every day.
Yes.
It's really fantastic of them.
They're great at what they do.
I was on the spot, and I didn't want to go back to my answer that I had said on numerous other podcasts and on Watch What Happens Live and whatnot. So I, in the spot, came up with that one, and it was not my proudest moment.
I'm going to ask you to come up with one more.
Oh, wow. Some people may call me a bitch, but I'm here to show them who the top dog is.
Oh, yes!
Coming at you live from a shady Manhattan studio, it's Disgraceful, featuring your gracious ginger host.
Hey, watch yourself. Only I can say that.
Okay, boss, whatever you say. You pay my bills. Give it up for Grace O'Malley.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Disgraceful. I am here with comedian, actor, producer, writer, and my new friend, Joel Kim Booster. Bring it in.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for coming on. I don't know why I just did a Southern accent, but it's I think it's the doubled up names.
Yeah, no,
it's
I get that.
Get over here, Joel Kim Booster.
I get that. And I will say, so I am famously adopted. My entire family is white. And my mom's side of the family in particular is all from Alabama,
no shit.
Tennessee, South Carolina. That's where they all live now. And so there are so many Southern accents in my family.
Really?
And when I spend any time around them, I will start being like, and did you know?
It's contagious.
It really is.
It really, so can you do a good Southern accent for that?
I don't know if I can do a regionally specific Southern accent.
Yeah.
But when I imitate my mom, sometimes I'll it comes out. It doesn't come out much with her anymore because we've been in the Midwest for so long. But it will if I'm saying I'll be like, Mama, why did you have to? And it's just who am I?
Gump.
Yeah, exactly.
Mama left me. Okay, so I thought it would be fun as an icebreaker to play a little game.
Oh,
you
let's
cool with
do
that?
it. Yeah, I love games.
All right, this game is called Joel or Kim. So it's where we decide if you said this or Kim Richards has said this.
Oh, I love this one.
Why don't you have a piece of bread or maybe calm down?
That is famously Kim Richards. I'm very familiar with her oeuvre.
Correct. Up next, we've got, I'm not a drama queen, I'm a drama empress.
Oh, wow. That seems like something I could have tweeted, but I'm going to say Kim Richards again?
Correct.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Go with your gut.
I'm really now I'm scared because I was certainly I'll remember everything I've ever said. And clearly don't really, but.
That's what I was thinking. I'm you know what? I feel like you remember the things you say, so this is going to be too easy.
No,
but we have
girl,
kinda...
if you pulled old tweets, then it's over for me because
and for me too.
I don't remember
for different reasons.
Any of the crazy things I ever said on that website. So.
Okay, up next, you asked me specifically what I was taught, now what I believe.
That's me.
Not what I believe.
That's me. That's me on Z-Way.
Yes.
That's me on Z-Way. Yeah.
I don't know why everyone expects me to learn things now. It's not my brand.
That's me as well.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Wow, this is good. You're really good. And we got you stole my goddamn house.
That is Kim Richards for sure.
Correct. Okay, my favorite race would be the Amazing Race.
I want to say that's me, but I don't know if I'm that funny. I guess I'll say yes, I am.
You are that funny.
Okay,
correct. Up next, we've got I'm the queen of this castle.
That's Kim.
That's Kim.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't think she has it in her to be a housewife.
Wow, that's a real toss-up.
That's a stumper.
I have some opinions, and so does Kim, about these women. So I am going to venture to guess that was probably me on either a podcast or Watch What Happens Live.
That is correct.
Yes, thank you, yeah.
You're really going with your gut. I like this. Yeah. This is good. I don't know what I go through at night. And scene.
Again, this is a tougher one. I think that's Kim.
Correct.
Just law of averages. Yeah.
Wow, and you've won Kim versus Russell.
Hell
That's
yeah.
great.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well,
Only I think 2 that I was like genuinely stumped by and guessed.
Yes.
So I
But
feel
you
pretty
guessed
good about
correct.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's been that game. Up next, we've got questions like, you're in K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh my god.
So they did that on Saturday Night Live the other day, and I was like, I guess I'm not a kid, so I don't know that it's the new craze. You're part of the new craze.
Yeah, it's I think it's the most watched Netflix movie of all time.
Wow.
At this point. It is an insane phenomenon. It's nice though because it's finally all my friends with kids are sending me like texts that their kids love it, and it's like the first thing I've ever done in my career that is child appropriate.
Oh yeah.
So that
it's
is
fun for the whole family.
It is nice in that way. But it's so funny because like I have such a small part of that movie. Like I'm 3 different voices in the movie. I know of 2. I don't know what the third one is, and I could look it up, but I don't want to.
This can't be bothered.
Well, no, because my partner and I, we want to try and figure it out organically.
Oh, okay,
Because
yeah.
like I recognize my voice in 2 of them, but whatever the last one was, I don't know what choice I was making, and I recorded it so long ago.
Yeah,
and it
how
was
long
like,
ago do you think?
Like 2 years maybe.
Okay,
ago,
gotcha.
And it was just like a very quick in and out session because again, I had very few lines in the movie, and so it was just all ran together basically because I was just boom, boom, boom. I did all of them, and so I don't remember what the third one was, and so I'm really excited to figure it out.
Oh, interesting. It's like a fun little game for just yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
But it's funny because like the Saja Boy, the Demon Boy band in the movie are called the Saja Boys, and I'm one of the Demon Boy band members.
Of course.
And I have roughly like 4 lines as that character.
Like,
but
hey,
when
man.
I tell you the fans of this movie are so like just invested in the movie. There are full fan accounts on social media and like subreddits on Reddit devoted specifically to my 4-line character.
Wow.
Like fan fiction, like all of this stuff. Like people debate whether he's bad or good, and I'm like, how would you even know? He's barely in the movie. And like, but I'm so grateful for it. It really does make me feel really like a part of it in a very special way, and I'm obviously honored to even have a small part in the movie because I think it's great, and I think it's so cool that it has resonated with so many people. The music is dope.
Yeah, they've got it going on.
Yeah, it's so random.
Yeah, it's so awesome though.
Yeah.
So do you usually do voiceover work?
Yeah, I've done a ton of voiceover work
cool.
actually. Yeah, it's one of my like low-key most favorite things, but I've been a voice on American Dad and BoJack Horseman, Bob's Burgers. Like those are like some of the most fun and some of the most proud like jobs that I've done. Like I'm such a huge fan of like Bob's Burgers. When I got that call, I was like, hell yeah,
so
give me
sick.
that show.
Yeah, and then you're right. That's not one of them that your friends' kids can sit down and
Right,
watch.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, so that's awesome. So this is a question, a follow up here I have for you. Does playing a villain in the most popular children's movie of 2025 make you feel like Floop from Spy Kids? He's a bad man. Help us save us.
Yeah.
Just a refresh.
I never made that connection myself. That is not something I'd ever thought about, but I'll say sure.
It had to be, alley oop to you.
Yeah.
Just to think about.
I think you're slightly younger than me too. And Spy Kids, I think I was right at the age where I was like not old enough to like circle back and watch it ironically, but too old to watch it earnestly, and thought that I was like, that's for babies. I'm not going to watch that movie. I'm 13 years old or 14 years old.
Totally, yeah.
So,
and those are Spy Kids, not Spy Teens.
Exactly.
It would have been a whole different thing.
Exactly.
Congratulations. You're getting married.
Thank you. I thought that was like a general congratulations for the state of my life, which I was like,
Yeah,
I'll take
that
it.
too as well. Congratulations
yes,
all
I
around.
am getting married.
New Year's Eve.
Technically the day before New Year's Eve, but yes.
The day before New Year's Eve. Okay, all right. Because then New Year's Eve comes into some tricky territory.
For sure. I want to allow people to, celebrate that awful, awful holiday however they want.
Yeah. It is awful. I really don't like it. I've never liked it ever.
People forget. Like, there were certain people who were like, oh, you're having your wedding on New Year's, but like, I wanted to go to Rio. And I'm like,
then fucking go to
babe,
Rio.
Go to fucking Rio. I do not need to spend $150 on a plate of food for you if you'd rather be getting your back blown out in Rio. Okay.
Yeah. And
like,
also, I have to go to Rio.
No, I mean gay guys. That's
okay,
who.
gotcha.
But the thing is like, it is like I thought it would. Like people forget though that like planning a New Year's like event excursion, a weekend away, whatever, is a nightmare. Corralling 12 people into a house in Miami, trying to figure out the tickets to all the different events you want to go to, parties you want to go to. I mean, this is probably like, I'm speaking as like, this is very specific to my community. I
Yes,
think.
of course, yeah.
But even for anybody else,
Well,
like
going on a trip.
we put too much pressure on New Year's to be a thing.
Yeah.
When it's just another night. It's just another fucking night.
And I've never gotten a kiss, so it's never
Well,
really been my favorite.
I know gay men who are pushing 40 who have cried at midnight because they didn't have someone to kiss.
And that's
I'm
going to
always
be
like,
me. It's actually always me and a gay
But why
man being
midnight?
like, oh, again.
It's like,
we'll go for
babe,
it.
we wouldn't have even left the pregame at this hour
Yeah.
in a normal night. Like,
That's
why does this
true.
midnight mean anything? You know, it's just so.
It's just,
I say this as a person of privilege who does have someone to kiss at midnight forever.
And that's why I hit it with the random congrats.
Yeah.
The out of nowhere congrats.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta ask, who's in the wedding party?
The wedding party for me is my friends Matt Rogers Bonyang, my former
That was my follow-up.
podcast co-host Mitra Johari is also in the wedding party, and then my friends Kevin and Jared, who are normal people.
Oh, that's
who
how
no
you
one would
refer.
ever-
Ever since
yeah.
K-pop Demon Twink, what's it called?
K-pop Demon Twink. That's the sequel. Cast me in that sequel, please. I want to do that movie.
Yes, that's exactly
That
what
is
I
the
said.
gay
I
porn
can't flip
parody
that
of
up.
K-pop Demon Hunters. I cannot believe you did that Freudian slip.
Yeah,
That was almost as good as that news anchor who was like, and he climbed the mountain and he's gay.
Yeah.
I mean gay. I mean blind. Sorry, blind.
Oh, that was classic. That
Yeah.
was a classically whoopsie doops.
Yeah, I love that one.
Oh well, yeah. So K-pop Demon Twinks is out now, and do we have another game? Okay, perfect. We've got roast or toast.
Oh.
So I'm learning with you. I'm gonna show you a photo of a celebrity, and you have to give them one sentence. It could be a roast or it could be a toast.
Okay. And I'm not going to say, I'm just going to say the sentence, and I'll leave it up to the people at home to decide if what I just said was a roast or a toast.
All right. Starting off strong.
Who is that? I don't even
Perfect.
know who that is. Okay, so that's Madonna, and here's what I'll say. Say what you want about Madonna and her work. No one in the world looks like Madonna now, okay? And isn't that what you want from Madonna? Like, I'm sorry. You can't, say, you can try to make fun of her all you want, but she is a singular looking human being on this planet, and that is something that we'll never be able to take away from her. And she should be. She's Madonna.
Bitch, she's Madonna.
I want to say that this person is probably well known amongst the incel community. The thing I love about this person is it does look like if she tripped, she would break every bone in her body. All-star queen, give me 10 more Lifetime movies.
Knew it.
Sort of unimpeachably cool, and no matter what kind, like anytime someone tries to diss her, they seem really pathetic. Mariah is a person that can show up anytime she wants.
Not
and it is
anytime.
perfectly on time.
Oh, well. I was going to say, she's really only allowed to show up November through December.
Yeah. She's given us so much. To even think about speaking ill of her in this moment in her life is unconscionable, and I will not be doing it.
As I've just realized, for those of you listening at home and not watching, I should be saying the answers. That was Wendy Williams, everybody.
So this is Lorde, and she is, or rather, they are my ultimate queen. I have seen them, and that's a gender neutral queen because I'm gay, and it means there is no gender for queen.
I saw someone say, I'm sorry, I'm glitching. Somebody
Monarch?
said monarch.
Monarch. Okay.
Instead of queen.
They are
said,
the monarch of
aren't
my
they
life.
Them? And they said, monarch.
Monarch, royalty, can do no wrong in my eyes and give solar power another listen. you were wrong. This is Bryn from The Real Housewives of New York City. So pretty. And in the transcript for that one, I need you to include the beat of silence.
Quick pause.
I think it's incredible when a short king does his own stunts, including, diving off of an airplane and getting something off of a high shelf.
Tom Cruise, everyone.
Is that the mom from Modern Family? Oh, it's Cheryl Hines. Well, all I can say about Cheryl Hines is she looks like the mom from Modern Family. Kim Zolciak. I would be more on board for Kim if I didn't at all times worry that she is extorting one of her children.
Yeah. And that's been the game.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for playing. I think you took a very I think you could run for office the way you handled that.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand the scope of my platform and trying to get into less trouble, because now it's becoming the point where I'm gonna meet some of these people eventually, and I don't need them saying you said I looked like a burn victim post plastic surgery,
and that is.
Yeah.
Madonna you're referencing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Gotcha. Absolutely not. Have you ever been called out for speaking on someone's behalf? In the sense of it's your own behalf and you're just talking about them?
I had a Drag Race recap podcast for a while with Nicole Byer, and I talked some shit about Monet Exchange on that podcast, who then we had a very public beef because of that for one brief minute, I think, during pandemic. That was the primary time it happened, but now we're great friends.
Okay, how do you squash beef
I think
for
you
viewers
squash
at home?
beef by examining the stakes of what was said and the stakes of the situation, because for us it was like most beefs are about nothing, in my opinion. And if you can take a step back and realize that no one was killed, if no one was hurt, maimed, or killed, the beef cannot be that important. So I think perspective is the thing that you need to have for most beefs.
I guess perspective, that helps. You hear that, kids? You go home, you squash that beef, you see it from another person's perspective.
But you also have to take into account, how much value does this person add to your life? Because sometimes the beef is like they're out of your life, and you'll be better for it. So I think like part of the perspective aspect of it is seeing, like, first of all, how much damage was done by what was said, but also weighing how much you need this person in your life to begin with.
And when it came with your beef that you were in, how much did you weigh that you needed them in your life?
It's not that I needed them in my life, but I also weighed, like, this is a cool person who I said something thoughtless about.
Yeah.
That was not ever intended to be heard by them, even though it was on a publicly available podcast about them. And it's just like, I think both of us had to realize, like, yeah, we've both popped off and mouthed off about. It's hard with celebrities because it's so easy to be like, well, that's not a real person.
Yeah, I've said a few things about a few celebrities where I'm like, I wish I could retract it. It's not like they've ever heard it, but I just, I learned more about the person.
No, definitely, and
I feel
think
bad.
Like, it's so funny too, because like sometimes I'll get a really nasty like DM in response to one of my stories, and I have a pretty good do not engage policy, but sometimes I am a little fucked up in line for the bathroom at 3 a.m. at a party, and I'm on my phone, and I'll go through the filtered messages and I'll, engage. And I would say about 7 times out of 10, if I respond to the nasty message, they go, oh my God, I didn't think you'd actually see this. And like really backtrack. And it's just like, and that's so telling, because it's like, you didn't think I was a human being on the other side of that message because you just assumed that I would never see it. And I think that's true of every awful thing I ever tweeted about an actress on Twitter. Like I in no way ever thought they'd see it, and certainly didn't mean it.
Yeah. And like after all these times of like literally saying that out loud of like, these people, they didn't think that someone else was on the other side of it.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you on at least for your own bad messages makes you kind of realize like, oh, like they truly didn't think that I would ever see this. It was just like a void for them.
And I think that's true even for non-celebrities. When you're talking to somebody on the others in the if you're jumping in the comments arguing with someone, you do not conceptualize them as a real three-dimensional living, breathing human being. And I think it's so funny that like the internet was this thing that was supposed to connect us. And I think it's blunted the connection in a lot of ways, because you're connecting with people that you don't actually see as humans.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. And then it's like everyone throws out the word bot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're just a bot.
You're just a bot. And it's so much easier.
It's
so much easier to be an asshole when you can disengage by saying, oh, this is just a bot.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's easier when,
honey,
when
they're
you
not
think
trying
of
to sell you an iPad right now. They have a salient point. And so I don't think they're a bot.
Unless they've got, a profile picture of a literal robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose. Okay, so my question to you is, you travel with a groomer? Question mark?
I don't like groomers. I try to stay away from them. When I hear that someone is grooming, I say that is not okay. Leave those children alone.
I agree,
and so
of course.
I would never invite one to go on a trip with me.
Okay. But now, how do I rephrase this? You travel with a person who makes you look nice?
I usually don't travel with them. Like I'm not a Real Housewife. I don't bring the glam squad with me on the trips. But if it's like if I'm doing something like this, like I'm fully stamped right now. Like the mug is painted, and I do have an incredible like team of people that cycles through and does all that for me. So
Name 'em.
Kimmy Duncan.
Kimmy Duncan?
Yes.
Kimmy Duncan.
And then my LA girl is Tracy Raffleson.
Okay.
But I have a deep spiritual connection with both of these women. Heidi Pactel in New York as well. I have a very deep spiritual connection with every woman who's ever done my makeup.
This is a segment that we like to call shout out. So basically, you get to, that was like the pre-warm up.
Oh, okay.
And now it's time for you to shout out whoever you want, rapid fire style, for as long as you want, right here into this camera.
Well, I guess shout out to every person who has done my makeup, because adult acne is real. Shout out to everyone with adult acne. I see you. I know what you're going through. It is a struggle every day, and I think you are brave for stepping foot out the door. Shout out to the 24-year-old I was talking to on Grindr, who I jokingly said I looked younger than at the age of pushing 40, and he fired back with, yeah, well, adult acne scars will do that for a person. So shout out to your entire generation. You were not bullied enough. Shout out to bullies in high school. You're putting in the work. It's character building. I wouldn't be the person I am today without my bullies. I guess finally, shout out to the hotel staff at the hotel that I'm staying on, who turn a blind eye every single time a Grindr hookup comes through their doors. And they will believe that it's just quote unquote a friend, or quote unquote my publicist who's coming to visit me at 1 a.m.
Your hotel.
They're chill. They're chill about it. They keep it chill.
A person in the lobby, they're just Bismarcky. You say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby. Okay, so Loot's coming out.
Yeah.
Loot, congratulations.
Whole reason I'm here.
Very fun stuff.
Finally got to it.
Yeah, it doesn't fuck with me, but you got to get the word out about the show. And so Apple TV. So here's my thing about Apple TV. I love it. I tricked you, didn't I?
You did. Because I have notes.
Yeah? Oh, you do? Well, no.
I'm not going to share
definitely
them.
not.
No.
That's, yeah.
No notes. My only note is I don't get to spend enough time on set.
There it is. No, but Apple TV, they do it exactly the way it should be done. I think they make TV shows like movies.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Everything
you
looks
probably
incredible.
have a different outlook on it, but I love Apple TV.
I do. I genuinely do really love Apple TV. I think it's the streamer, I think, with some of the best content on it. And I think part of that is that Apple TV, they only release like one or two shows in a cycle at a time. Like they only have like one or two things that is in a new season at any given point in time, which I think makes it a lot easier because you go on some of these other streamers who I also love to be employed by. And
Me as well. Throw me in there.
it is a little bit more like, what? There's just almost too much to choose from.
Yeah.
And I think like Apple's very smart about choosing like these 2 or 3 things to like promote at a time. So I appreciate that about them as well. And they're the only streamer that really lets shows run for like the fact that we got a 3rd season in this climate, honey.
It's a hilarious show.
I know, but it doesn't matter. Some of these places are canceling popular shows because it doesn't make sense financially to keep them for more than 2 seasons.
What's a show that got canceled that you'll never
The
stop
OA.
about? What was it?
The OA.
That's
on
everyone's
Netflix.
response.
Yeah.
The OA. I gotta watch
You gotta
that.
check it out.
Wow.
Listen, I was making fun of all those protesters outside the Netflix building who were doing
That happened?
the movement.
I didn't know that.
The movements outside the Netflix building to try and get the OA back. And then I watched the OA finally, and I was like, no, they were right. I'd be out there doing my little dances on the
Wow.
street too if I had known at the time what I was missing.
I'm outside the Netflix office for a different reason. I'm like, yeah, they're protesting. I need to
Yeah.
see someone.
Yeah. Ted Sarandos, you are my real father. I have the paternity test. Come out and face me.
I'm a goddamn star, don't you know? So okay, so I saw I've seen the show, of course. I love it. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I've got a few questions.
Okay.
Kesha's on the show?
Kesha's on the show, and literally, people always ask me about Kesha being on the show, and they want like tea, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, but the tea is freezing cold because she was lovely, showed up on time, knew her lines, hit her marks, sang her beautiful song many, 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 many times, and it was like an incredible live Kesha concert of just one song over and over and over again. But we are all happy to listen to it because she sounds incredible live too.
Oh, she was live.
Yeah, she was live singing.
She was really doing it. Oh, wow.
And like there were certain shots where she was live singing, and then like certain shots that like it was over a track, but she would still sing over the track because like whatever. And she sounded incredible. I think like people have this image like, and this is a lesson for all of us. Like I think 2009 Kesha is like permanently in our brains of like TikTok and oh, she's such a mess, she's using whiskey as mouthwash.
Well,
and
the first line is she does feel like P. Diddy.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned on that.
So I think like that's the brand she sold, and then she showed up to set like, and I was like, oh, you're on time and you're not like being a diva. Like this isn't the Kesha I asked for. You're being nice and responsible. Oh, who are you selling with TikTok then?
You've really changed in a positive way.
You've grown up and matured at a reasonable rate. How dare you,
Oh,
Kesha?
you used to be fun.
Yeah.
And now you're a blast.
Yeah.
Well, so does Kesha show up at the rap party?
Probably not. No. And that's the thing. I'm glad she didn't, because not that I didn't want to spend more time with Kesha, but like if Kesha had the time to do that, that would really shatter my image of Kesha's life. And I don't want Kesha to have the time to show up to our rap party.
Absolutely.
I want her in the recording studio.
Yeah, we got to get her back in the studio.
ASAP.
I was going to say we could kidnap her, but let's move on. You play Maya Rudolph's assistant in the show. What were some odd jobs that you did while coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I've been employed consistently since I was 14.
Me too.
Never not had a gap really. And I not a ton of weird jobs. I mean, I worked at a Quiznos and a Subway at the same time. Cold Stone Creamery, sang for tips.
Oh my God, that was my dream job in high school.
And hey,
I love singing for
I
tips.
was
That
living
sounds
your
like
dream.
fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I also worked at a Dippin' Dots store. Dippin' Dots kiosk, I should say. A Dippin' Dots store. Imagine.
Yeah, I got all jazzed.
Yeah, no.
That's not a thing. Wait, so what do you mean you worked at the kiosk? Like you refilled
I was
them?
in the mall. There was like
okay,
a
gotcha.
stand more so.
Okay, gotcha.
And I was in the mall, and I got fired from that job because the manager was hiding in the Verizon store observing all of us. He like overhired all these high school kids, and myself included, and then would sit in the Verizon store catty corner from the kiosk and watch us all. And I got fired because when there were no customers, I wasn't doing enough work. which I got to tell you,
If there's
not a lot of work to be done at the Dippin' Dots stand when there weren't customers.
like, what are you supposed to turn yourself into nitrous gas?
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't understand.
I still don't understand.
Well, I used to have a boss when I was 14 that said, if there's a time to lean, there's a time to clean.
I hate that phrase.
And that was my mom's best friend from growing up, so I couldn't even make fun of him because he would do it a lot, and everybody
I
else
think
would
the
make fun of
problem
him, and
with
I
this
wouldn't.
that is the problem with this country, encapsulated in like one phrase, because it's like sometimes you need time to lean too. Mm-hmm. Sometimes,
so that there could be a time to clean.
Sometimes, yeah. So you have the energy to clean.
It was literally a hot dog stand, though, so it didn't really matter all that much. We're all gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Any other odd jobs?
Well, my
not
first
really
job out
odd,
of college,
but like,
yeah, I worked at Groupon. I was like the 76th employee of Groupon.
No
back in the
shit.
day. Yeah.
my mom loves Groupon.
Yeah,
to this day, she's the last one using it.
It's a mom aphrodisiac for sure.
Yeah, she got me hooked for a little bit too.
I'm happy to hear that people are still using it. I did not know.
She's a big fan.
But yeah, I was very early in on Groupon, and like I rose rapidly through the ranks of Groupon because when you started a startup of that size, like it's like if you've been around, then you get the promotion. And like by the time I left that job, I was managing like 3 different call centers remotely from Chicago in 3 different states at 24, and I had no business doing that.
Oh goodness!
Like,
wow,
it
yeah,
was
you're
crazy.
24.
I would like show up at these call centers every quarter to like check in on them, and like the 40-something-year-old men who ran the floor of these call centers, they hated me. They were like, "Who is this fucking twink coming in, being like, did you meet your numbers this month?" You know, and it was like, no, I had no gravitas, no authority. They did not want me to lead. Yeah.
And so did you find yourself in some conversations of feeling when you're feeling out of place in a workplace, and you feel like not an imposter, but imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome. I feel like I've caught that right now, actually.
I feel that a lot actually these days in my creative work. I never once felt that working any of these day jobs. And I think because like the stakes weren't high enough for me to ever care that much to feel imposter syndrome. I was like, yeah, no shit, I don't belong here. I belong on the stage, you know?
So you did start in Chicago, though, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So in the 2010, so that was the boom. That was boom time.
Yeah. That was boom time too.
How different do you think the comedy scene is from then to now?
It's very, very different. In fact, like I am so glad I'm not coming up now. I think that TikTok and social media is so much a bigger part of coming up as a stand-up now. And I'm so glad that I am in a position where I don't feel beholden to release a shitty crowd work clip every single week on my TikTok. Oh, was that?
No.
I said shitty though.
Yeah,
You're releasing good ones.
No,
Yours are all groundbreaking.
We're working on it. You know what? That's actually my thing. I have so many that I are ready to put on, and I'm like I'm too scared because I don't want it to be another shitty crowd work.
No, here's the thing. Is I have a lot of sympathy for comics because you do have to be releasing content at a rate that I never had to when I was in your position, and
Fair.
like so yeah, you can't burn your material. On these clips. So you have to do something, and crowd work is always new. But my thing about crowd work clips is no matter what, when I'm doing crowd work, I'm still the funny one. I'm still the one who my responses to whatever they say are the joke. And I see so many crowd work clips that get uploaded where the only laughter is coming from what the person in the audience is saying.
Ooh.
And it's like, baby, you're posting an L on your timeline right now.
That's
you're
a
letting
take.
this person do your job. Like, don't post that. Like unless you have a funny like comeback or rejoinder or something or POV on what they've just said, then you're not doing your job as a comic, and you're just posting like an example of someone else being funnier than you. And why do you want to do that?
What it is improv.
Yeah.
You're yes-anding, and your and is not to their yes. You know
exactly.
It's you're right. And you are lucky that you don't have to post these. Jesus Christ. This is a follow-up from what we were just talking about. People talk a lot about LA versus New York, but what's your take on New York versus Chicago?
Oh, I mean, they're actually like pretty similar in a lot of ways that matter. because there's so much stage time. It's a very like community-based scene. But the big difference between New York and Chicago is when I was in Chicago coming up, it's the perfect place to start comedy, I think, because for one, there's not very few eyes on you in Chicago. You can take some big swings and fail hard because there's not someone important in the audience who's going to have a lasting impression of you that you don't want to bomb in front of. Once you move to New York, it can be a little bit more intense because it's like, you're from junior varsity to varsity, like some of the best you're fighting for stage time with some of the best comics who are working now.
Yeah.
And I can't count the number of shows that I'd be on where I'd be like planning on doing new material, and then someone comes back to the green room and is like, "Oh, the booker for Fallon is in the audience tonight."
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like,
crazy.
"Oh fuck." Well, now the show became really fucking important. And it was just supposed to be like, a fun time now. And so like it's the stakes feel a little bit higher in New York, I think. And so I'm so grateful that I started in Chicago where I could take those big swings, really figure out myself a little bit more, not to the extent that I did when I was in New York, but I came to New York with a strong set and like, a strong sense of who I was as a comic. And I think that if I'd started in New York, it would have been a little bit harder because I would have been triangulating based on like what people wanted from me rather than what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it's like helps you grow, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you take the leap to the bigger pond.
I will say though, too, this is the other thing. I moved out of the Chicago scene to New York well before everyone thought I should. Before I felt ready to, in fact.
And did you have to do that for work, or you just decided?
I just decided I wanted to take the plunge. I had come to New York on a trip and done a bunch of bar shows and like felt really like the energy of New York is really intoxicating.
Yeah.
I hate saying that,
I
but
know,
it
you
is
can't
true.
help it.
It's true. And so I got back to Chicago and put in a transfer at work to be transferred to our New York offices. And within a month, I was in New York.
Oh, that's lucky that you were able to do that too with your job.
I know. I was very lucky. I don't know what I would have done if that wasn't the case. But all the comics in Chicago were like, "Oh, but you haven't done this room yet. You haven't done this show. You haven't done this enough. Like, it's too soon. It's too soon. You'll get swallowed up." And like, my thing is I always tell people, move a little bit before you think you're ready to, because I got to New York and the thing they don't tell you is no one gives a shit what you did in Chicago once you get to New York.
No.
It just doesn't matter. The credits do not transfer.
No.
You are starting from zero.
Yeah.
And so I moved with a bunch of Chicago comics who were, classes above me who had been doing it for longer, and we're sort of the kings and queens of the Chicago scene. But then we got moved there at the same time, and we were all last at the open mics together.
Wow.
And it was a much harder transition for them to go back to zero. I was much closer to zero when I moved. So I was like, oh yeah, this is basically my life in Chicago now anyway. So this doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah. But personally, you're a lot more developed than you thought you like.
Yeah.
Than you would have
I
been
was
if you
just
didn't.
developed enough that there was still a lot of room for growth. I had a good enough handle that I could move to New York and not lose myself, because that's the thing I think about New York is that if you don't have a handle on who you are, this city will swallow you up and spit you out. Like it is, you gotta know yourself.
Even when I first moved here, I didn't initially start doing stand-up right away. I like waited a couple months but to start for the first time. But even what I was wearing I was trying to be someone I wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm moving to New York, I get to wear I was wearing a beret. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Everything's from Shein because I'm so poor. And like, I'm wearing like a beret that's like falling apart because it's made of paper mache. It's like, I don't know. It's just so funny. Like what you do when you move to New York. It's like how you act. Where did you move to?
I moved to Bushwick with 7 roommates.
Oh, okay, that's the artist way.
Yeah.
That's what they say. You have to do that.
It was tough. It was
It's
tough.
a chapter.
And did my roommate pick up a cat off the street that was likely a bodega cat and bring it into the house and name it Isis?
Yep. To destroy the cat.
No, because she was a fan of like Egyptian mythology.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
The terror organization was already in existence at this time.
I'm not an asshole for
tough.
immediately thinking that. Right?
And this cat was not fixed. And so when she would go in heat, we were on the ground floor and we had windows that were facing the street. All the neighborhood male bodega cats would come to the window desperately trying to get to her.
Oh, wow.
Through the windows, they could sense it. it was a nightmare situation. I lived in the McKibben Lofts. Shout out if you are familiar. Bed bug factory.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Allegedly.
Oh my god.
Allegedly.
So did
They
you deal
can't
with
sue.
bed bugs? Oh my god.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay, yeah, that's the plea of the fifth. That's totally fair. I've dealt with cockroaches. Did you have cockroaches?
Oh
there?
yeah, I mean, but that's like a New York staple.
I'm still not over my staple. It turned me into somebody I don't even know. I even in my new apartment, I'm like looking over my shoulder every 2 seconds. It's just my own hair.
Yeah.
It's rats even.
Oh, one time I was walking down the street and a rat so large ran out from the side. It tripped me. It like ran between my legs mid walk, and I thought it was like a dog. It was so big and so scary. It was so. I'll never forget that. Tripping over a rat
At nighttime?
At nighttime.
Oh,
that was so large. I thought it was like a raccoon or a larger animal until I literally saw it in the street under the street lamp, and I was like, "No, fuck, that's a rat."
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
yeah.
That's never good. Fucking yeah, New York is beautiful. It's a lovely
Greatest
place.
city in the world, baby.
Is this where you are currently?
No, I'm in LA now.
Okay, I figured.
But I'm very lucky.
Things are good. When things are good, you go to LA. That's what happens. You do Chicago, you figure things out. You go to New York, you get rats up your ass, and then LA.
No, I'm
you
lucky,
earn it.
I'm lucky I get to come back here all the time though. You know, like I think like this year I've been to New York probably every month except for like 2 or 3. And it's the best because I get to come, I get to ride the ride, and then I get to get off the ride and go back to my West Coast weed on my couch with my boyfriend and like, you know, just bed rot.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about LA. When you're in LA, I feel like you can get a lot more stuff done because there's less distraction. As New York is just one big giant distraction.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. What's one thing you miss from New York though?
Public transit, for sure. For sure, public transit. I hate driving.
Yeah.
I hate that everything.
The LA traffic, how the city's slow.
It really fucking sucks. And like, I would much rather be stuck in between stations for 20 minutes at my destination in LA, but driving around the block for 20 minutes trying to find parking. I find that so much more infuriating than being stuck on a subway train. Like,
sometimes you forget though. Sometimes you forget what it's like to be in the subway when it's like in the summertime and you're sweating your balls off.
Yeah. I remember the soup.
Yeah, it gets to be a little squishy squashy and your sneakers.
But this is the thing about New York versus LA ultimately is that New York requires a lot of energy to live here, but is very rewarding when you put in that energy. But LA is so easy to live, and it's dangerous because you can get really complacent about seeing people, about going out, because it's like here everybody's desperate to go out because they want to get out of their shitty apartments away from their shitty roommates.
That's true.
In LA, everyone like is just like, no, I live in so much, I have a yard, like I'm gonna stay,
like,
you know, like
if you want to come see me, come to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we have plenty of room.
Yeah.
But that's not the case in New York because, like you said, some people have 7
roommates.
Yeah. So, what do you have any roommates horror stories? Not with them specifically, but
I will
we can
say
keep it more ambiguous.
I had a roommate. This is a different apartment in New York, and it was a 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. And this roommate, on a Sunday afternoon, boy, would he take a bath.
A bath.
And boy, would he call his mom and grandma in the bath. And
that echoes.
Boy, did I pee in many pots and dump them out my window into the Chase parking lot.
Good
below.
grief. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, baths, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was a Southern, like, gay guy who, like, luxuriated, you know?
Okay, gotcha.
And I can't fault him for
like,
that.
that dad that went to jail. What's his name? Oh, the Chrisleys, yeah.
The Chrisleys.
Yeah, that guy.
No, actually very, very
He seems
similar.
to be like,
Very
that's
similar.
kind of what comes to mind.
Wow, such a rough day for him to find out that in your mind he is dad who went to jail.
Yeah, dad who went
That's
to jail.
his legacy. That's his legacy.
But he's Southern, you know?
The one person of all the dads that have gone to jail,
That's
he's
my dad
He's
that went
the
to jail.
one who is the dad who went to jail. Wow,
Who's your dad that went to jail?
my own dad. No, I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't that be a fun alley-oop?
No, yeah.
I guess, who else went to jail? Is Diddy a dad?
I'm sure.
Let's move on. I need to hear about what Bravo shows are your faves.
Oh, I mean, I'm a Housewives completist. I watch them all.
Completist.
I think
I
Salt
like that.
Lake is probably the crown jewel right now of the franchise. Yeah, it's just the one that's firing on all cylinders, and the women really understand the assignment and are all playing ball.
Yeah, it's when you get into like multiples. Like it was past season 5. They're like, we are royalty, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna be dancing around like we were for you.
Yeah.
These girls, they're right at that
No.
cusp.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. And so it's just a lot of fun, and people keep getting arrested, and like just so many iconic lines, and so that one's probably my favorite right now.
I noticed. I see how you did it. Or you didn't say Love Hotel.
Well, I'm not a narcissist. I wouldn't say my own show. I think Love Hotel is actually really excellent as someone who worked on it, and there's no neutrality on it at all.
Yeah.
But I think there are some really incredible moments on Love Hotel, and if you haven't checked it out, it's available on Peacock.
Peacock. And Peacock is actually, I just realized, the one app I pay to not have any ads.
Peacock low key has become the one that I use the most.
It really has.
Like it is that girl. Mostly because of the Bravo thing. But like, yeah. Oh, also Project Runway. We just ran through almost every season of Project Runway.
Project Runway is a great
top
one.
to bottom. And what a delight.
That's a
Fucking
great
delight.
one.
If you have a show that you need to put on while you're cleaning the house or folding your laundry, let it be Project Runway.
Yeah, because that's a
You
good
will
one.
not be disappointed.
That's one where you could be folding and then all of a sudden you hear.
You just
And then
you just need
turn.
to look up for the runway. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's all
like
you need.
You can absorb everything they're saying. You look up occasionally, but then the only time I put it down is for the runway.
Yeah.
I give it my full attention for the runway, and then I'm back to business.
That's it. That's a really great way. I think I'm gonna clean my house in that way today. That's what we're gonna do. Fuck yes. Is there anything that didn't make the cut that you wish had on the show?
On Love Hotel.
Yes.
Yeah, I had sit downs with each of the ladies that ended up being pretty like fun and in some cases meaningful conversations, and I wish they would have included those moments.
But why
from
would
the
we
show.
humanize these
I
women
know,
though? Come
I
on
know,
now.
I know.
That's why Andy's a smart man. Is it? I'm sure he executive produced, right?
Yeah.
So you said your ideal housewife tagline was, "I'm from Chicago, so I know how to ride the brown line."
That is not my idea. That was like a new one I came up with because my like go-to answer to this question, what my tagline would be, is they say money is the root of all evil, and I'm the tallest tree in the forest.
That's good. That's good.
I think it's pretty good.
But you did have you had a little bit of a hesitant of the finalization of that when you said it on Los Culturistas. So you've came full circle with your new one.
Yeah, well, because I had said the original, the tree one before, and so when I was reposited, because Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang, they both come up with new ones every day.
Yes.
Like it's really fantastic of them.
They're great at what
But
they do.
I was on the spot, and I didn't want to go back to my answer that I had said on numerous other podcasts and on Watch What Happens Live and whatnot. So I, in the spot, came up with that one, and it was not my proudest moment.
I'm going to ask you to come up with one more.
Oh, wow. Some people may call me a bitch, but I'm here to show them who the top dog is.
Oh, yes. Yeah, a bitch is a dog. Roof. Grr. I didn't set myself up to try one, but I'm going to try one.
Yeah.
I think they say I'm disgraceful, but I'm never full. That could be one, I guess.
Actually, the setup for mine is actually pretty good because it's like you can go a lot of different directions with that one. You could go like, people call me a bitch, so don't give this dog a bone. Or it really, there's a lot of avenues.
It's always so funny to see whatever, like, because every season the women have to pick a new one.
Salt Lake has, this is the first season in a long time where every tagline is almost is a banger. Like every single one. Like Mary's is like, I'm just here to eat, drink, and be merry, which I think is so good. So
and
good.
also, no,
Yeah.
she's not Mary at all.
No.
She's actually kind of
She's just being Mary. Though,
she's just being Mary.
Mary M. Cosby. Yeah.
Mary, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be Mary. Yeah, but not Mary. She's not that Mary. I will say.
No.
She's kind of a cynist. Is that a word? I'm not sure. I don't think so. No, you quick no.
But it is now.
It is now. I've never really been well read up. So you said before that you were couch surfing after your parents read your diary that outed you as gay. Do you remember the first time feeling financially independent? What a segue, huh?
I would, there's the thing. There's like there's a distinction between being financially independent and financially stable. And I would say I was financially independent at 17 for the most part because I had those aforementioned jobs. I was not getting very much. I haven't taken a dime of my parents' money since I was 17, which is the cornerstone of my personality now.
Yeah,
and
absolutely gotta put it on your back.
And so I felt independent since I was 17, but I don't know that I would say I was stable until probably 32. That I think right around then. 2019 is when I paid off all my student loans.
Hell yeah, congrats.
And after that happened, because I was paying more in student loan payments than rent for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And
you never thought to like refinance them?
Oh, this is after refinancing. This is after deferment.
I had to figure all that stuff out because my parents didn't go to college, so they were so confused.
I took out so many loans because I went to college before we had the discussions as a community about how bad student loans can be and private student loans especially. And like,
where'd you go to school?
I went to a school called Millikan University, downstate Illinois.
It's so close to military.
Yeah. And it was a great school. I had a great experience. Was it worth putting myself in that amount of debt for a theater degree? Absolutely not.
Yeah, you can ask a lot of people in Brooklyn if they regret their theater degree.
I was only able to pay them off because I won the fucking lottery. I got cast on an NBC show, which is like, you can't plan for that. Like, I would have been paying those off until well into my 60s. If I didn't get, and I never would have bought a house, I never would have had anything I have now because I was so saddled with this debt. And this is a thing that pisses me off when we talk about forgiving student loan debt. And all these people who chime in and are like, well, I had to pay off mine. And how is that fair that these people, and it's like, okay, my perspective on that is I know what hell student loan payments were and how much it ruined my fucking life for a while and how much stress I was under having it. And I would never wish that on anybody, on a stranger, on a friend, on an enemy. I would never wish that on anybody. And for you to come in having done that work and knowing how miserable it is and being bitter because somebody else might not have to go through that, it's so insane to me.
Whatever happened to we want a better tomorrow?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I will say, I went to community college for a couple of years.
And
I had to pay out of pocket for that bad boy. And it did teach me, and I don't mean for other people to have to go through what I went through, like you said, but it did teach me that those bills need to be paid and they need to be paid on time. And that was like being 18 years old, being like, I got like every month I have to pay this outright. And if I don't, I can't go back.
Well, you also like did the smart thing of going to community college first. Like the fact that we expect kids, 18-year-olds and younger, to know what they want to do for the rest of their life and then go sink an insane amount of money into learning about that field. And then for a lot of people, grow up to do something completely different from that. And also college in our country is so much more about learning how to be an adult than it is about learning whatever you're there to learn. And so it sucks. Like I wish gap years were more acceptable
I'd say so.
And like culturally like a part of our culture, because I just think it's insane that you're supposed to make this huge investment in yourself at the age of 18 when you have not seen the world, you have not experienced the world for the most part. I mean, there are kids who have, but it's just
What did you want to be when you were 18?
An actor.
Yeah, that was I mean, the theater degree, it totally checks out. So you live in your fucking dream.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. That's amazing.
No, it's crazy.
Did you make any superlatives in your school?
Nope.
No.
Yeah. I was completely unremarkable, I think, to most of the people that went to college with me and went to high school with me. I don't think anyone saw this coming. Not a single person in my life, except for a very small handful of people that I was really close to, really thought that this would happen for me.
Oh wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
So you really
I auditioned for the comedy troupe at my college 3 times, didn't make it in. I didn't get, no one saw me as the funniest in high school or the most likely to succeed. None of that,
I lost class clown to someone who dropped out, so I was pretty bullshit at that.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they
but
needed
no, and
it.
it just goes. But I'm so grateful that all of that was the case because it really just goes to show, and it's like going to be a really nice lesson for my kids when I have them to be like, none of this fucking matters.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like an adult can tell you that,
and you won't believe it. You won't
listen.
believe it.
You really
won't believe
don't.
It. But at least I have like a like tangible example to show them of like, hey kids, look at this house you're in. It's because I was most funny and most likely to succeed, even if these bitches didn't see it.
That's so true. But it is. But again, you just don't listen to your parents.
Nope.
You just won't.
No.
You refuse to. I'm glad I didn't listen to my guidance counselor. My guidance counselor told me I needed to either learn a trade or go into the military.
Oh.
Those were my options.
Whoa.
That was what I was born to do. Because I had a 1.59 GPA. My mom still plays it on Keno. That's why I know. It's the numbers game in Massachusetts. Shout out Keno. She hates every time.
Yeah, well, and listen, look at you now.
Yeah, I mean,
No one's checking your high school transcript when you get a podcast, baby.
Yeah, that's even. But and you know what? Maybe they should. It's like I trust those little food boys rather than myself to give an interview. I mean, how's it going so far?
Yeah.
Okay, my next question to you is, will you please explain a couple things?
Oh, sure.
Yep,
I'll
we've
try.
got a new game. It's called well, it's not new here, but it's new for you. So we do this every week. It's called Disgraceful Receipts, and this is where we pull things from the internet. My sister does it every week, and a lot of people are very confused of how she's found a lot of these things. And some people, maybe like yourself, have done a little scrubbing, so that doesn't make this game all that much fun. But we'll see. We'll see.
No.
So I would like you to please describe everything I show starting now.
Okay, this is actually a really cute photo of me in a very large flower pot wrapped in a pride-themed rainbow towel with just my little face sticking out. And it's very much reminiscent of an Ann Getty's photo of a baby. And this is on Fire Island. Just feeling a little silly, and I think it's adorable. I don't think there's any explanation needed. I think the picture speaks for itself.
Absolutely. Fire Island seems like a blast.
Oh, you should come.
I would love to. There we go.
This is a very old headshot of mine. The only way I can describe it is the face and the action that I'm taking in this photo is so 2012 Zooey Deschanel coded.
Yeah.
And
a little quirky.
Yeah, just like, oh, I'm just being quirky.
Yeah,
I have
like,
a bow tie on.
I have a bow tie.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
little
definitely
different.
what's going on. So this is me in a pleather tank top sitting on a toilet with my hand in a Doritos bag.
Thank you for giving the visual.
Yeah. And this was I have a passion for taking photos, and I think there has to be some visual interest, and I think, it's funny. I'm eating junk food on the toilet. Guess I saved myself a trip. Yeah. So, that's comedy. I don't think again.
Classic comedy.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Wow, this is me holding Countess Luann's hand on Watch What Happens Live recently, and giving her a very loving look. And I will say that, like, being a guest on Watch What Happens Live with a housewife is an object lesson in, like, how do you kiss the ass of someone you've talked so much shit about in the past?
No, so the best part about Luann is she doesn't know it's shit.
Exactly.
She thinks it's gold. Everything that comes out of anyone's mouth about her is gold.
Yeah.
And she pisses and shit's gold. And so with her, you have no problem.
No, exactly. It was easy breezy.
Yeah.
That experience was easy breezy for sure.
Any little tidbits with her? Any off camera?
None that I'm willing to share.
Fair enough.
But I'll tell you off mic. This is a black and white photo of my sister on her wedding day with text on the photo that says, "Nope, not Asian." And this is 2013. Text on photos was bigger, I guess, back then. And
It's coming back around.
And this was before, I just letting my followers know that I'm adopted, that my sister, who I'd been speaking about going to her wedding for a minute, is in fact not Asian.
Was your family any part of the jokes you were telling at the time?
Oh yeah, I would say I brutalized my family in the first 3 or 4 years that I did stand up.
The first 3 or 4 is really just you doing
my
therapy.
my entire first Comedy Central special was really largely biographical about my family, about my life. And so, yeah, I've moved on now.
From your family?
Yeah, I try not to. Now that the platform's a little bit bigger, I am trying to pull back a little bit, in part because I've done it. I've talked about everything that's interesting about them now. And yeah.
So this was just maybe if you've seen my stuff, this is what I'm talking about.
Exactly,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. Oh my gosh.
Is this one of those rabid kitties?
No.
Or the ones that wanted to fuck her?
These were cats that I shared custody with my lesbian college roommate. And
It's always a lesbian.
This is a period of time when they were living with me in Chicago, and their names are Little Richard and Leah Michelle.
Little Dickie,
Little
if you will.
Richard because he's a small miniature cat, and Leah Michelle because she looks exactly like Leah Michelle.
And she can't
And
read.
she can't read. I wasn't gonna say it. I was, is the joke played out? I don't know. Or do we still laugh? I don't know.
still laugh.
But no, this was me. Yeah, with my 2 lovely cats that I do miss very deeply.
I thought you were gonna say kinda.
Okay, this is a screenshot of a Scruff conversation.
Now, what's Scruff?
Scruff is a grinder. Everyone knows what grinder is at this point. Is a grinder competitor that is marketed more towards hairy, it's just more grungy.
Oh, Scruff, it's in the name.
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
right there
Yeah,
in the name,
a bear finder.
In my experience, though, the grids look almost identical. You're getting the same audience in both places.
So my question is, does it still have a fun little dang?
Yes, it has its own thing though.
Okay.
And it's less. I wish, but no, I can't remember. It's not as distinct or as iconic as the grinder one. But this, the message says from the other person, into having sex in cam with guys watching. And my response is, what channel? Which I thought was pretty good.
That's good.
And this was what, 2014? So this was pre OnlyFans,
yeah.
this is a pretty common question, I think, that I get asked a lot on Grindr too. But back then that was unusual. And I thought that was a pretty good response. Good enough that I posted it on Instagram.
Pretty damn good. My first TV credit, you guys. That's the caption. Here we are.
Oh, okay. So this is the one and only time I did drag in Chicago. Good on you for finding this photo. It's not easy to find.
She's really good.
I've often looked for this photo and can't find it to show people. This was my drag persona, Mulana Del Rey.
Oh, love
and,
that. That's
this was a part of a...
Now I have to give it a double look now
it's
that I know.
a conversation, or it was a competition where comedians did drag for the first time and then competed in a drag race style.
Oh, that's a fun concept.
Yeah, no,
do they still do that? Do you know?
I don't think they still do that, but I'm sure somebody in the country, what with the popularity of drag race, someone's doing that. But I won.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, and I lost feeling, and I had nerve damage in both my toes for weeks after this because I was wearing 7-inch stiletto heels that were too small for my feet. And I took them off at the end of the night and I was like, my God. They say walk a mile in someone else's shoes. I walked a lot more than a mile, and I have mad respect for women and drag queens. It's anyone in between.
Truly.
Who wear that shit for extended periods of time because my God.
You have to practice around the house.
You have to, and you got to have core strength. You got to have you got to have it all. Baby.
Yeah, I bet your legs look damn fantastic in them. But the nerve damage, it's
tough.
You don't hear that very often. That's me after one wedding a year.
Okay, this is a photo. Oh yes, so this was a period of time. This actually, it's a photo of my ID, but it more so is a photo of a giant paperclip thing. Not a paperclip, but it's the one that has the wide. It's wide, and it is used for a huge stack of papers. Yeah. And I used it as a money clip for I want to say 4 or 5 years.
Oh, you're like a grandparent.
My wallet, I got pickpocketed on the dance floor. Needed
on the dance floor
was kind of too poor for a new wallet, or just maybe too lazy. But I got back to my office at work and I saw that thing lying there, and I used it. It works as a money clip, man.
Yeah,
it was a very convenient money clip.
I'm not even gonna lie, my grandma literally used to do this.
Yeah.
That's the real thing. And she would carry her cash in a
And it looks
Ziploc
kind of
plastic.
cool. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, it does. It's
think it
got it
looks
going
dope.
on. Bring that back.
Yeah.
I think that's time.
Okay, I knew this one was going to be in there, actually. I knew this one was going to be in there. This is one of my earliest headshots. I have what you could describe as a Justin Bieber haircut, but what actually on me with my cheekbones is giving gender nonconforming, non-binary T. It is giving,
Which is what we
it is
do this
giving
for.
sort of like, it is giving sort of like lesbian shift manager at the Starbucks who runs it like the Navy.
The Navy,
you know?
yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough.
That's
picture to me.
yeah.
It's I will say that it is worth watching the video version of this podcast just to see this photo because it haunts my dreams.
And if it is a manager, that smile can go to real quick.
Yeah, and it's just also the angle of this photo and the way my head is angled. It is so insane. I cannot believe I used this as a headshot. I was. You'll be shocked to learn not booking a ton in that period.
Oh, you live and you learn. And we got this last one. Caption is, one of my best gays in New York also happened to be the president of college Republicans.
Oh yeah, this is a picture of my friend Tommy with George W. Bush. Yeah, I celebrate that. I celebrate that. I celebrate growth. Going from college Republicans to a big old F slur is a journey I would like to see for many more college Republicans.
He went and he did that?
Yeah, he was on the group chat probably back in the day.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I just saw that. And the picture frame makes me laugh. If anything,
It says I love daddy. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Wait, can I show you a really a sort of related photo?
Yes, of course.
That,
Because I was going to say, we're pretty clean over here.
Yeah,
Pretty clean.
This
You
is
did pretty
this
good.
is one of the funniest photos, especially if you know me. So the context you should know is that I'm rolling my tits off in this.
Oh
photo.
my God. You're rolling on this?
Yeah, because
Oh my
this
God.
was at my friend's wedding.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is really great. This is Joe Biden.
Yeah,
that he's hugging
that is
while
the actual, at the time, Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, who came to my friend's wedding. I'm like holding on to him like he is a lover on the dance floor because I am, once again, I did a lot of Molly that day.
That is awesome. To be on Molly while hugging Joe Biden is very, very funny in itself. I will say my sister wasn't on Molly, but she has the same picture, and he's holding her in his arms. And my dad is a big old Republican, and so my mom was so happy to go home and show him that.
That is
one
so
day.
funny. And listen, it would, I think, take a lot of Molly for me to embrace any president or vice president of the United States at this point. It would take a lot of serotonin in my brain just bursting out in order for me to want to hug any elected representative, especially at the national level.
Anywho, I do have a question for you. So when you're doing stand up now, are you currently doing stand up at the moment?
Yeah.
So when you're doing stand up, do you have a rider?
Oh, I do, and I will say when I first started headlining clubs, my manager put my rider together, and I didn't read it. I didn't really know what was on it. And I was playing a college at one point, and they didn't have a real green room for me. So they set up a green room in this classroom. And I noticed that they had 2 stand-up, like full-length mirrors on both sides of the room that obviously didn't belong in that room. And after the show, they were like picking up the mirrors and like they're like, oh, we got to take these back across campus to the theater. And I was like, why did you guys put these in here? And they were like, oh, your rider says that you need 2 mirrors, one so you can see the front and one so you can see the back of you. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I told my manager, I was like, I must have looked like a fucking lunatic for God knows how long.
Oh my God.
With all these people, like, and they're just like carrying them back to the drama department. I was like so embarrassed. And like
Specifically so you can see front and back.
And so now all I have on it is sugar-free Red Bull and Diet Coke. And I was like, candy if you got it. Because another thing he put up randomly on, I do remember he texted me out of the blue one day and he was like, what's your favorite fruit? And I was like, pineapple, I guess. And then I discovered that for the rider, he also put like fresh fruit, pineapple preferred on it, which was actually kind of nice. But I went to an Ivy League school to perform stand-up comedy.
Which one?
And I walked in, I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I walked in to the green room. There was a full pineapple, uncut, sitting on a plate with no knife, no way to cut it. You know, they were technically fulfilling my rider.
Yeah, technically.
But I was like, y'all are in it at this very difficult school to get into. And yet you thought this was fulfilling the brief?
Well, no, here's what happened. He wants a pineapple cut. I'm not cutting it. Well, I'm not cutting it. My dad, do you know who my dad is? Yeah, it kind of went like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they just kind of wanted to make you feel like SpongeBob, I guess. Yeah, just here's your house. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Well, okay, so your rider is very simple, except for the mirror thing. That was funny to hear. That's so. How long did it take for you to figure out?
Well, after that, it was that moment, and I called.
But like,
him
how long did you
immediately.
have the mirror?
That was probably a good 6 months of my time touring. Looking back, I did notice that there's usually a vanity mirror already in the green, like a traditional green room.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were definitely moments where I look back and remember some odd setups that now make sense.
Yeah, it's so funny. And it's always so funny to ask people what's on their rider. Like I've had people say that they used to go grocery shopping on their rider. They were like, well, it's stuff I need and I don't have time to go get it. So I'm just gonna have them go out and
smart,
get it.
honestly.
I'm like, it's always interesting.
I don't eat before shows. I can't eat before shows, but I love a Diet Coke or I love a sugar-free Red Bull. So that's all I really need.
And given the choice, sugar-free or sugar, I'm going sugar. I'm going sugar every time.
You and my boyfriend both.
Yeah.
And I will say, you're God's bravest warriors.
Yeah, and I'm not drinking right now, so I'm fucking wired off these Red Bulls or any energy drink that wants to sponsor the podcast. I'm also taking a break from when you're drinking, you sometimes do blow, and so I feel more wired on Red Bull than blow is what I've came to. You can stop doing blow, do Red Bull. Gives you wings. So that's the show. I really appreciate you coming on. This has been awesome.
A fucking blast.
Thank you so much. And what we do here is we have you just look right into this camera one last time, give any more shout outs that you want, and give yourself a shout out. Why don't you?
Yeah. Shout out to my dealer who confessed to me recently that he has 2 gay sons and he loves my community. And check out Loot Season 3 airing on Apple TV Plus now. New episodes every Wednesday. Check out Bad Dates, my podcast where I talk about, you guessed it, bad dates. That comes out every Monday wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can follow me at I Hate Joel Kim on Instagram.
Real quick, can I ask you, what's your worst date? You're always asking others.
So I don't have a lot of traditional dates, but hookups, if you count hookups.
I count anything.
I think I had was I went, it was right when I first moved to New York, and I went to go hook up with a guy in an open relationship with his husband, which I was fine with, whatever. And we go, and I show up, and he's like, hey, so my husband is home, so we have to hook up in the living room because he's pretty racist. And I don't want him to see you. And I was like, well, then I should go.
Yeah, totally.
I was because unfortunately, it was so interesting that he was like, he's a big racist. And I was like, well, if that's the person you've chosen, then unfortunately you're complicit in his racism.
Yeah, what are we doing
so
here?
I have to leave. And that was one of the worst almost hookup experiences I've ever had.
Oh God, yeah, I don't even have any jokes.
And I was
for that.
like, this is New York.
Yeah, what the hell? In Brooklyn, probably correct. Yeah, they're hiding their racism in Brooklyn. That's what's going on.
Well,
they're
these
gentrifying
guys,
and hiding.
I will say, I met this guy on a fetishy kink version of Grindr,
Oh yeah,
and he was
that's ones I'm familiar with. Field?
No, this was before Field. This was Recon.
Okay.
Which I think still exists.
Which also sounds like exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly. His aesthetic was very leather daddy, skinhead, biker.
Okay.
And so I think that's how he obviously came in contact with this guy that he met. They both were, I guess. And so that was the vibe. And it was rough.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I wish I had any kind of a follow up for that, but I don't. That's just fucked up.
Yeah.
That's just all around fucked up, and I'm so sorry you went through that. And I'm sorry you went through this podcast. But thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Big fan.
Thank you so much for
congratulations
having me.
on Loot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Give me the Loot. We'll play that song. Copyright? No. Okay. Good night, guys.